And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Wait, that wide, 80. Here we go. Shoot. No, 66.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's got room. And now off to the races down the right side. A huge play there right off the bat. 49 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Brady. Oh, what a catch by Edelman. 11 yards there, 1st down. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who can make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch tight end. You got three down. Hey, goal 66.
Brady gives to Michel. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Here's Brady.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football, and the Texans scoop it. This one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On 2nd down, Michel. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, 73 yards. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Gostkowski the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check. Whip. Watch the whip.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Watch a slant.
Watson on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Get that quarterback, D-line. 54. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Come on, boy.
From the gun, here's Watson. And this is caught at the 8. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
These two teams all tied after one. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just 31. It's just me and you. Check out.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10. So now they can keep grinding out 1st downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass, and the Texans have taken the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
He's got a first down and more past the 30. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, 85 yards. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Here we go. New Mike 52, Mike 52.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. 3rd and long. It's Watson going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Edelman set to return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Patriots take over.
At their own 33-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michel pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player as well as a physical specimen.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back and forth first half that we've seen. call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reached. Well, the ball is out. Michel lost it.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here we go. Watch the same package.
On second down, Michel. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness. Just about got him into the end zone.
They'll try and run with Harris. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Michel on an island by himself in the backfield. 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw with Brady. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Brady going to throw. There's a man, and it's Edelman for the Patriot touchdown. Julian Edelman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Patriots have moved out in front.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
He's checking. Crash. 3 things. Watch the twist. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Switch. Under 10. 10. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come. Check 3.
Now it's Watson. Buying time to his left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this one will actually go out of bounds, so no recovery. And that is how we conclude this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Second half begins with a run from Miller. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
My 52. Let's go, man.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Watson. Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Lawrence Guy able to drop him for a loss of a couple. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack.
And the pressure gets to him again. Dante Hightower, his second sack of the night.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Here's Watson throwing on 3rd and long. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10, right at the 30. This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 28-yard line.
Wait, that 380. Stop your watch. Mark 55.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
To throw, it's Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Watson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
On 1st down, Watson. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. On the ground, Michel. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And it's Michel once again. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards there, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Brady to throw. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. To throw is Brady. And this is incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Gostkowski with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set. 19. Hey, we heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Lawrence Guy able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep over the... And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. He may try and run for this. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A first down carry now for Miller. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Joejuan Williams.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Brady. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now then after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Brady going to look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And that will be incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
Allen on the punt as he gets this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
Set.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Fuller. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. One last throw here for Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.